And we're back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast, bringing you our second segment, which is going to be talking about the 10 to 20 portions of our Friday Power Rankings. But before we do that, I'd like to ask you again to please like and follow the show. We do get a number of questions from viewers, so to ensure that your question does get read in the air, please use the link, gsmcpodcast.net. It really does help the show, and it really does mean a lot, so thank you so much for that. And let's get back into the show for today. All right, so As I did before, we did the number 1 to 9 portion of our power rankings, and now is really where it gets tricky here. The number 2 part, 10 to 20. Now, as I talked about yesterday on my show for the NL wildcard, there are so many teams bunched up this year, and even though it's mainly in the NL, it's in the AL as well. So all of these teams, 10 to 20, really are really, really good, I'd say, and I think could be anywhere on this list, even though their records might show they're below 500 or something. Their talent is still there, and a lot of choices that people may be questioning, but overall, I think overall, there's just so many good teams in baseball this year. Good, not great teams, which is why I think everyone's kind of bundled up. So we'll be going over it. So let's get into it. Number 10 here, I have from the AL Central, the Minnesota Twins. I think this Twins team is really, really great. I talked yesterday about Royce Lewis and his breakout start to the season and how big of a part he is going to play in the Twins season, which I still agree with. I think this Twins team has a lot of great young players, and I think it's pretty underrated, honestly, how many good young players they have, and people don't really talk about them. So I think that really helps. The pitching staff, even after letting so many guys walk in the offseason, is very talented with guys like not like Sonny Gray, with guys like a Pablo Lopez, a Simeon Woods Richardson, a Chris Paddock, a Louis Varland, a Bailey Ober. There's a lot of talented pitchers there. The lineup, of course, has great players like Royce Lewis, like Carlos Correa, like Byron Buxton. So a lot of talent here on this Twins team. I expected them to win the AL Central this year. I don't think that's going to happen now because of how well the Guardians and Royals have played, but I still like this Twins team a lot, and I still think there's a ton of talent here, and I'm very excited to watch them for the rest of the year. So, if I'm a Twins fan, I'd definitely be excited. Number 11 here, I have another one of the biggest surprises in the MLB this year, the Boston Red Sox. Now, the Red Sox were a team that I think a lot of people, including myself, expect to be insanely mediocre for the rest of the year. Not for the rest of the year, for the year. And they have not been. They've been a pretty solid team. Just won a series against the Yankees in Boston, which was a really, really great job by them. And have a lot of talented players in their team. The pitching staff has been very, very impressive this year, thanks to renaissances from guys like Nick Pivetta, Tanner Houck. The offense, of course, has a ton of talent on it with a guy like Rafael Devers. You also have guys like Tyler O'Neill who have played really well. Connor Wong's had a really nice season playing catcher for the Red Sox. So yeah, this team has done a really good job overseeing expectations. Right now we're in the thick of it in the wild card race of the AL. Only one game out, 40-35 right now, 5 above 500. So I've done a really fantastic job in that regard. I've had a lot of breakout players, and I've done a really, really great job for this team. So yeah, if I'm a Red Sox fan, I'd be very excited where the team's going this year. And there's a lot to like here. Number 12 here, we have from the National League West, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks' record isn't the greatest, but I love this team, and I think that they are going to eventually get it going. They've gotten hit hard by injuries, maybe one of the biggest injury ambushes in the entire league. You're going to have Zach Gallen coming back soon, Merrill Kelly, Eduardo Rodriguez. That's really going to help out your rotation. Also, Jordan Montgomery, I think, will get it going eventually. The lineup is incredibly talented already with guys like Gabby Moreno, Christian Walker, Ketel Marte, not Geraldo Perdomo, he's hurt. Blaze Alexander is a nice young player who's filling in for the struggling Eugenio Suarez. Of course, you have Alec Thomas, Corbin Carroll, who's going to get it going eventually, I hope. So, a lot to like for the Diamondbacks team. Still a good bullpen. Hull Sewald move was really nice last year, so a ton of talent on the reigning NL champions. They haven't really lived up to their standards this year with their record, but they're right in the thick of it right now with the wild card, and are very, very talented. And there's a lot of teams together with the NL, but as I said yesterday, I picked them to be my 5 seed when it's all said and done. I think they will be, and I really like this team, and I think there's a ton of talent, and I was very high on them going into the year, and still am, even with all the injuries and with the underperformance. I still believe in them. Number 13 is where people may start to say, okay, you're getting a little crazy, and it is the New York Mets. The Mets, I think, are coming up 10 spots from the last 2 weeks, and they deserve it. I mean, right now they're on a 6-1 streak. It's about to be 7-1, considering it is 11-1 Mets in the 5th inning against the Cubs right now. They're playing as I speak on stream. Have put up 7 runs in 3 innings against Shota Imanaga. Have raised his ERA a full run from 1.96 to 2.96. Have done absolutely incredible in this run. Ever since Grimace threw out the first pitch, they've been absolutely incredible. And yeah, the team is just clicking on all cylinders. I predicted them to be the 6th seed yesterday in the wild card for the NL. That's why I have them here at number 13. I think they're a really talented team. Have so many good players on this team, and once everyone puts it together like they are right now, I think they're a very, very dangerous team, and it's going to be very exciting to watch them and see what does happen for the rest of the year. But I'm excited to see where more of the streak goes. A big series this weekend versus the Cubs, big for the NL wildcard, starting off very well, right? Very nice right now for them. Again, winning to 11-1 in the 4th inning. It is on right now as I speak on stream. But yeah, overall, very exciting time to be a Mets fan right now. They've done a really great job, and overall has been very, very exciting. Number 14, we have another NL team, a team that I was very much contemplating making the wild card yesterday, but I did have the Mets and Diamondbacks over them. That is the NL West San Diego Padres. I think this Padres team is really great. I really like the pitching core you have on this team. Of course, you have guys like Dylan Cease there. You have Joe Musgrove and Yu Darvish whenever they get healthy. That'll be good. Michael King's been okay. Matt Waldron's been a solid number 5. Johnny Brito's been better as of recently, and the lineup as well. I think the Luis Arias move is really, really fantastic. Really has set up the lineup in a way that we haven't seen the Padres before. It's been just a great fit there. Of course, so many other talented players like Jake Cronenworth, who had a big walk-off home run yesterday for the team. You, of course, have Manny, Fernando Tatis, Jurickson Profar, Jackson Merrill, who I did a segment on a few days ago. So, overall, this Padres team has a lot of talent. Very much like it. I think it's a really, really good team. And yeah, have them here at number 14. Number 15 is the AL East Tampa Bay Rays. I think this Rays team is very solid. It's just a matter of they have too many injuries for this year. Shane McClanahan, Jeffrey Springs, guys who are going to be out for a significant amount of time, probably won't come back this year. Really hurts. So I just think they had too many injuries to compete this year, but have done well recently, and some of their guys haven't even played up to their full standards, like Randy Arozarena, like Isaac Paredes. So, yeah, there's still a lot to like on this Rays team. It's just too many underperformance and too many injuries, but still like them. I still think they're a solid team, just couldn't put them any higher than 15, and even 15 may be stretching it, but I do like them, and I still think there's a lot of talent here. Number 16 here, I have the defending world champion AL West, Texas Rangers. The Rangers just did lose 2 out of 3 to the Mets, which is why I couldn't have them a little higher. But still very talented. Max Scherzer's coming back tomorrow versus the Royals. That should be interesting. Big boost to that rotation. Lineup is very solid. Wyatt Langford is getting it going. Hit his first out of the park MLB home run against the Mets on this week. I don't know what day it was. It might have been Tuesday or Wednesday. And yeah, there's still a lot of talent on this Rangers team. I mean, they just did win the World Series, but there's just been underperformance, injuries with guys like DeGrom and Scherzer, of course, other guys as well, like Cody Bradford. But they've had some guys holding it down, like Michael Lorenzen, like John Gray, who hasn't had a great start recently, but still a solid pitcher. So a lot of talent on this Rangers team, and I did end up having them here at number 16. Number 17 is their AL West rival and in-state rival, Houston Astros. The Astros have done a lot better as of recently. Are only 5 games under 500 now, which is a pretty big difference from they were just a few weeks ago. The pitching hasn't been as horrible, still not been great, and it didn't get help when Justin Verlander was placed in the IL, but still talented. The offense is still great. I mean, still a lot of really, really great players there. The bullpen has to get it going, but I still trust in Ryan Presley and Josh Hader to really help out this bullpen in general. So, still think there's a lot of talented players on this Astros team, have done better as of recently, and I think they keep on climbing up, and if they're in the top 10 sooner, I wouldn't be surprised. I think that, again, this Astros team is always going to be talented, always a fantastic team, and I do have them here at number 17. Number 18 here, we have from the NL Central, Pittsburgh Pirates. Yes, I have the Pirates here as the second best team in the NL Central. It's very close. There's 2 NL Central teams right below them, but I like this Pirates team a lot. I do. I might be too high on them, but I really like them. Paul Skeens, Mitch Keller, Jared Jones, elite top 3. All have done incredible this year. Keller's done much better as of recently. The lineup needs help, but there still are some good pieces there. And yeah, I really like this Pirates team. I think it's so talented. The pitching staff is really what holds it all together. And I think they're just going to keep getting better and better as the season goes on. And if they add a big bat at this deadline, I think they could be good. And I really like this Pirates team. I really like where they're going. I just like the vibes there. I think this Pirates team is very talented, and I think I'm overrating them a little bit, but it's my list. I don't care. I like them a lot, and I have them here at number 18. At number 19 here, we have the Chicago Cubs. Now, the Cubs have been interesting. I had them very high in the power rankings for a few weeks in a row, but have had to put them down as they've kind of come back down to earth. And Minaga, who really was holding them out, has come back down to earth, as we're seeing today. I mean, he just gave up 7 earned runs to the Mets. So, yeah, they're still a talented team, still a very good pitching rotation with guys like Ben Brown, Tyone, Assad, of course, Minaga. So, still a lot of talented players there, but have not been as great recently. The offense needs a boost. And, yeah, still a talented team, still a lot of good players, but definitely need a little bit of a boost right now. And with Minaga getting roughed up a little bit today, it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. And it'll be very interesting to watch the Cubs for the rest of the year. Next, at number 20, we have the Toronto Blue Jays. I debated putting the Blue Jays here, but I decided in the end I had to because they just have too much talent. Yes, they have not played up to their standards, but I think Aroldis Martinez could be a nice boost to this Blue Jays lineup, and I'm very excited to watch him with this team. And I think overall, just again, they can't be this bad for the rest of the season. I think guys like Bichette, like George Springer, like Kevin Gausman are going to start doing better sooner rather than later. And right now I can put them any higher than 20, but they did just miss out on the 21 to 30 range, so good for them. But still a lot of talent, just have to put it all together. That's what we've seen from the Blue Jays in the past few years, and it's still the case. So that was our second segment here, talking about the 10 to 20 portion of the power rankings. We're going to our segment 3 now, which is talking about the 21 to 30 portion of our power rankings, segment 3. So yeah, we'll be talking about that, and we'll see you after the break. So thanks, and bye.
Looking for your daily fix of sports